a big day, busy day around here with a lot of, things going on, and we knew the crowd as normal would be great. And so, Sid got us going there in the first half by hitting, just knocking down some early threes, which was great. And then, there in the second half when our Markowski picked up her fourth foul, the game plan was to go into Mac. But, again, I thought Sarah Scalia, huge threes in the third or in the second half. Our defense, for the most part, I thought was sound and solid. We knew we were going to have to be. I just told them we wanted to win the rebounding category. And we did by one today. And I didn't give them a number. I just said we needed to win it. And so give our kids credit for executing the game plan. And like I said, anytime you're on the road, it's a different kind of toughness that you have to pack in your suitcase. I thought we looked really together today and tough from the jump. So excellent road win for us.
Any questions in the room?
Coach, what are the things that you did well to get Sydney the shots that she did to get you off the start like that?
Again, I just think, a lot of things for us. I didn't like the pace in the first quarter. I thought it was too slow for us. And even though, Sid was just finding herself, open, one of the things that I think this group in particular does a great job of is finding each other when so they feel like someone has the hot hand. And so don't, it's no mistake that, she had teammates out there that were trying to feed her and find her, because this is what this group has done, early on in the season. And, some of those nights where we've had the 30 points, performances, it's been because their teammates are so unselfish and, they're very intentional about trying to get the ball in the right person's hand.
What's Mackenzie do that's unique as far as Big Ten players?
Well, I think one of the things with Mac is, we've talked about it. It's been documented. She has great hands. She has great feet. She has fast hips. She's really worked on her game. She's a difficult guard, and it requires, I think, a double team most nights. We expect that. We plan for it. She's gotten better throwing out of the double. She would tell you that she has to still improve as the season goes on. She's a great teammate. Again, going back to her teammates, I think they appreciate the talent that they have with her. And they know that we can't go a lot of possessions without her touching the ball. And again, that's a mark of a smart team and an unselfish team. She's had a terrific career, but hopefully her career is long from being over for us.
We'll go to questions on Zoom. Go Mike and then Seth.
Yeah, Terry, they cut the lead in the third quarter to under 10. Both times you guys responded really quickly. You talked about them kind of maybe stacking the deck with the celebrations they had. 9,000 fans was their season high. The poise for you guys, can you have very happy with kind of how you guys handled all that, the environment, and when they kind of tried to get back in the game?
Yeah, I think for us, by now we're used to the environment. We're used to people being in the stands because of, being in Simon Scott and playing in front of 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 a night. And so I think we're quite used to the energy in the building, even though there was not very many Hoosier fans, in here today. But I don't, one of the things about this group is that, they stay in the moment, and they knew that one of the things we had to do was keep the crowd out of it today. And, again, just the boys, we're a veteran team. We have, a mature team. And so, you always revert back to that your team is mature and they're veterans and they know how to handle themselves. But they also know what's at stake and what they have to do and what's required, to win games. And pride ourselves in scouting reports, preparation, and then we leave it up to them. We trust them to go out and execute it.
We'll go Seth and then Talia.
Yeah, Sydney, coach had talked before about the lull you had fallen into for a few games and just kind of really wanting to get going. What's allowed you to really turn that around and pick it up the last few games?
I don't know if anything's really changed. I think just the confidence that coach and my team has in my shot, and being able to just keep shooting because they had so much confidence in me that it'll eventually go down. So seeing a couple go down last game against Michigan, I think that really, a lot of shooters just need to see one go in, and then it'll propel you for the next game.
Talia and then Ryan.
This is really for anyone, but can you just talk about how meaningful of an impact Chloe had today and has in general?
Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, Chloe's just so solid for us night in and night out on both sides of the ball. And I think she's done a really good job at being more aggressive and kind of hunting her shot and knocking down those open shots when teams sag off of her. We knew coming to the game that she might have been someone whose man might, sag off and help in the paint. And she made them pay. I mean, 6 or 7 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3. She had a great night, but on both sides of the ball as well. She really just, is super steady and consistent for us.
Anything you want?
This is for anyone, but do you think the strong start by Sydney helps to get like a contagious feeling for the rest of the team and feeling like they can knock down the ball just as well as she did at the beginning of the game?
Coach, do you want to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime, our goal is always to get off to a fast start and a great start, and very reminiscent of how we came out with Michigan. We wanted that kind of a start today. And yes, absolutely. I mean, when you see that thing going in, we got great shooters on this basketball team, and we have so much confidence in all of them. And so, yeah, I think they're all independently confident shooters, but I think, as a team, because they're so connected and all about each other, that once, you see one of those go in, I think it can be contagious for your team. And, we have a great inside attack, but then, got some really, really great shooters on the outside. So.
Go Skip and then Seth.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Yep.
So, of course, Mackenzie's work on Markowski, getting her in foul trouble early was pretty huge. But how significant was Chloe's defensive work on Jazz Shelley, pretty much keeping her scoreless for the first 25 minutes of the game and keeping her really, a moot factor moving forward?
So important. We were just talking about that, Sid and Mac and I on the way over to press, that she had to have a quiet night. She's the leader of this group. She's a fantastic player, can play at all 3 levels. And so, that's one of the things that we love and expect about Chloe, is that she is a reliable, a dependable defensive player, and is always, up for the challenge of having to guard the other opposing team's, most dynamic guard. And, it's not often that she doesn't step up to the bell. And she was terrific, but, she was also terrific on the offensive end too. So we're asking her to do 2 things, right? Score the ball for us, run our offense, and also, be catalyst out there defensively.
Seth and then Matthew.
Terry, but when you guys restarted Big Ten play, last week and this week, you had 5 games that I thought we were really gonna learn a lot about this team and just where you guys stood this year. It feels like coming out of a performance like this, like you guys have really kind of found your stride and hit your groove. I guess, do you kind of agree with that? And where do you guys need to go from here? And how do you build off a game like this?
Well, again, I don't know that we've hit our stride. I hope not. We don't want to peak too soon. And so it's our responsibility as a staff to make sure that we're watching film and we're still teaching and we're still repping the things that we have to in practice, and talking to our guys about the improvements that we still have to make. But it feels good to come off a performance like we did at Michigan and then come in here today in a very tough environment and play really good basketball. And so, yes, I think it feels good for us in our performance, but you know, we also know that this game can be fickle sometimes. And so we got to make sure that we continue to keep our foot on the pedal. But also, as, like I said, we, you know, we go back and there's always some area where we can continue to improve. And we'll go back and we'll have to find that before Wednesday because it's a short turnaround.
Matthew, last question.
Chloe got that steal and score toward the end of the third quarter, kind of, you know, propelled the run to pull away. It seemed like when she got back into the huddle that she was kind of yelling at her teammates. So were any of you guys close enough to kind of hear what she was saying to you there?
I definitely heard it. She's a really passionate player. You know, she comes off sometimes as quiet and to herself. And you know, when moments like that, you know, Nebraska went on a run. I think they hit maybe 2 threes and had a offensive board to a layup. And you know, the game means a lot to her and for us to win. And so she, you know, she just kind of jumped us and the girls that were on the court as well. And just, you know, the game wasn't over. Just because we were up by double digits doesn't mean it was over, and we can't make those mistakes against teams down the stretch.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.